Hi everybody, this is Adrienne Joyce, and today I wanted to talk about choice. The choices we make and the choices we don't make. And why do we do it, and what is the rationale behind whether we make a choice or not. So when it comes to making choices, a lot of times people will say, I don't really have a choice. I have to do something. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to stay at a job. I have to stay in a relationship. I have to do this thing I really don't want to do because I have no choice. And the fact of the matter is, you do have a choice. Everyone has a choice. There's always a choice. There was always a choice. The key is that maybe it's a choice that is hard for you to make. If you're at a job you just hate, but you have to pay the bills and you can't see a way out of it, you do have a choice whether or not you stay at that job. You can stay there and be miserable, or you can leave. Maybe you will struggle, or maybe things will work out, but there is a choice. You don't have to stay at that job. You just don't. You could leave. A lot of times we make it black and white, and that really keeps us in a position of doing the thing we don't want to do instead of really sitting back and thinking about what strategies you can come up with to put yourself in a position where you're not doing what you don't like to do. It doesn't have to be, okay, I don't like my job and I will quit it tomorrow. You can make a plan. You can make a 5-year plan, a 2-year plan, as long as it is something that is finite and gets you out of where you don't want to be. You can make a plan. You can say, okay, I'm going to start a business in the meantime, or look for other jobs, or look for jobs in a career that I would be happier in. And all along, you have choices. If you say that that's too hard, then that is your choice to stay where you are. If you have a difficult choice to make, either you really want to be where you are, or you are willing to do what it takes in order to not be in that situation, even if it may be uncomfortable. And actually, sometimes, it's not as uncomfortable as you think. You may be in a relationship. You say, well, I'll stay for the kids, or I don't have the financial means to be by myself. I need to be with someone to help pay the rent. We go half and half, whatever the case may be. You have a choice. You have a choice of where you live, of how you live, how much money you spend. You have choices. You have choices. And by no means am I saying that these difficult life decisions are easy to make. But the fact is, you do have a choice in how you conduct yourself. It's never the case that you have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. So I like to pull a card. That's a hard lesson, but I've been there. I've been there and made some hard choices, and there's been sometimes it's been difficult, and sometimes it wasn't really as hard as I thought. Things had a way of lining up, and I think they do when you are in alignment. And sometimes you have to sit through it and suffer. Sometimes you have to, have the stressful days when you don't know whether you can make it, and whether you and you wonder whether you made a mistake in making that choice. But at the end of the day, it is so much better to do what is in your heart than to stick to it because your brain says this is the logical thing to do. It really is. So I like to pull a card to kind of sum up what I've been talking about today. Oops. Alright, these cards are falling all over the place. And I'm going to talk about choice. what is the most important thing to think about, or what is important to think about when it comes to the idea of choice. And the card is the Four of Cups. So this card is saying that this this person is being offered an opportunity to do something, and he is refusing to do it, refusing to make a change, just sitting there with his arms folded and not open to new ideas. And he'd rather be bored with what he's doing than to reach out for a new opportunity. And that is his choice. He's making the choice to do that. He has made the choice here to fold his arms, and he could just as easily, or maybe not as easily, but he could unfold his arms, reach out, and take the opportunity that's being offered to him. And sometimes you have to sit with it. Sometimes you have to think about it first, especially if it's a difficult decision. But at some point or time, you have to either take responsibility that yes, you're going to stay where you are, or yes, you're going to take the opportunity. So, thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.